Hello, everyone. Welcome back to English Lifestyle. I'm Sam.
And I'm Rose. We're so happy you're here with us today.
Give us a like and drop a comment below. It truly helps us keep making these videos for you. We read every single comment.
Your support means the world to us. Now, today's topic is delicious. Literally, we're talking about how to discuss cooking in English.
This is such a useful topic because everyone eats and food conversations happen all the time. At home, at restaurants, with friends, with coworkers.
Right, and cooking vocabulary is everywhere, so let's make it easy and fun to learn.
Let's start with a simple question. Rose, do you like cooking?
I love cooking. I find it relaxing. It's like creative therapy for me.
See? Simple question, natural answer. And me? I like cooking, but I'm not very good at it. I can make basic things, but nothing fancy.
That's honest, and that's okay. Not everyone needs to be a chef.
Exactly. So let's teach everyone the basic phrases. You can say, I love cooking, I enjoy cooking, I like to cook.
Cooking is my hobby. Or if you don't cook much, I don't cook often. I'm not a great cook. I prefer eating out. I'm learning to cook.
All of these are natural and honest. Now, let's talk about what you can cook. Rose, what can you cook?
I can cook a lot of things. I'm good at making pasta dishes, soups, and baked goods like cookies and bread.
Nice. I can make simple things like scrambled eggs, sandwiches, and instant noodles. Very basic.
Hey, scrambled eggs are delicious. Don't underestimate simple food.
Thank you for the support. Now, let's teach some cooking verbs. These are the action words you use when cooking.
Here are the most common ones. Chop means to cut into pieces. Slice means to cut into thin pieces. Dice means to cut into small cubes.
Boil means to cook in very hot water. Fry means to cook in oil or butter. Bake means to cook in the oven.
Grill means to cook over direct heat, like on a barbecue. Steam means to cook with hot steam. Roast means to cook in the oven at a high temperature.
Stir means to mix with a spoon. Mix means to combine ingredients together. Whisk means to mix quickly, usually eggs or cream.
These verbs are essential. You'll hear them in recipes, cooking shows, and conversations.
Let's practice using them in sentences. Rose, can you give examples?
Sure. I chop the vegetables. I slice the bread. I boil water for pasta. I fry the chicken in a pan.
Perfect. I bake cookies in the oven. I grill burgers in the summer. I steam vegetables to keep them healthy.
Good. Now, let's talk about kitchen equipment, the things you use when cooking.
Basic items include a knife, a cutting board, a pot, a pan, a spoon, and the spatula.
You also have a bowl, a whisk, a measuring cup, a baking sheet, an oven, and a stove.
And modern kitchens have a blender, a microwave, a toaster, a food processor, and an air fryer.
You can say, I use a sharp knife to chop vegetables. I cook pasta in a large pot. I fry eggs in a non-stick pan.
Or, I blend smoothies in my blender. I heat leftovers in the microwave. I make toasts in the toaster.
See how we're connecting the equipment with the action. That's natural English.
Now, let's talk about ingredients, the food items you use to make a dish.
Common ingredients include vegetables like onions, tomatoes, carrots, and peppers, proteins like chicken, beef, fish, and eggs, grains like rice, pasta, and bread.
Don't forget dairy products like milk, cheese, and butter, seasonings like salt, pepper, garlic, and herbs, oils like olive oil and vegetable oil.
You can say, I need 3 tomatoes for this recipe. I'm using chicken breast for dinner. I always cook with olive oil.
Or, this recipe calls for fresh herbs. I'm adding garlic for flavor. I need to buy more cheese.
Let's talk about recipes. A recipe is the instructions for making a dish.
You can say, I'm following a recipe. I found this recipe online. My grandmother gave me this recipe. I'm trying a new recipe tonight.
Or, this recipe is easy to follow. This recipe takes 30 minutes. I modified the recipe a little. I don't always follow recipes exactly.
I rarely follow recipes. I just cook by feeling. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
That's called cooking intuitively. Some people love recipes, some people improvise. Both are fine.
Now, let's talk about taste and flavor. These are important words when discussing food.
Basic tastes include sweet, salty, sour, bitter, and spicy.
You can say, this soup is too salty. I love sweet desserts. This lemon is very sour. The coffee tastes bitter. This curry is really spicy.
You can also use these words: delicious, tasty, flavorful, bland, rich, light, fresh, and savory.
Delicious means it tastes wonderful. Bland means it has no flavor. Rich means it has strong, heavy flavors, often with cream or butter.
Light means not heavy, easy to digest. Fresh means recently made or recently picked. Savory means not sweet, usually salty or meaty flavors.
Let's practice. Rose, describe your favorite dish.
My favorite dish is homemade tomato soup. It's rich, flavorful, and comforting. I love the fresh taste of tomatoes combined with herbs and cream.
That sounds delicious. I love fried rice. It's savory, a little spicy, and very satisfying. I add lots of vegetables and soy sauce.
Perfect descriptions. Everyone watching, try describing your favorite dish using these taste words.
Now let's talk about cooking methods in more detail. Different ways to prepare food.
You can say, I prefer grilling in the summer because it's healthier. I love baking because the oven does all the work. Frying is quick but uses a lot of oil.
Or, steaming keeps vegetables crispy and nutritious. Boiling is the easiest method for pasta and eggs. Roasting brings out natural sweetness in vegetables.
Let's practice talking about how you prepare specific foods. Sam, how do you cook chicken?
I usually grill chicken. I marinate it first with olive oil, garlic, and lemon juice. Then I grill it for about 20 minutes until it's cooked through.
Great explanation. Marinate means to soak food in a flavorful liquid before cooking, and cooked through means fully cooked, not raw inside.
How do you cook vegetables, Rose?
I like to roast them. I chop vegetables like carrots, broccoli, and bell peppers. I toss them with olive oil, salt, and pepper. Then I roast them in the oven at 400 degrees for about 25 minutes.
Toss means to mix by gently throwing the ingredients together. Very useful word.
Now let's talk about cooking problems, things that can go wrong.
Oh, I have experience with this. You can say, I burned the food, I overcooked the pasta, I undercooked the chicken, I forgot to add salt.
Or the dish is too spicy, the sauce is too thick, the soup is too watery, the meat is too dry.
I once burned rice so badly the pot turned black. I had to throw it away.
That happens to everyone at some point. It's part of learning. You can also talk about kitchen accidents. I cut my finger while chopping. I spilled oil on the floor. I dropped a plate.
Safety is important in the kitchen. Always be careful with knives and hot surfaces.
Now let's talk about meal planning and grocery shopping. You can say, I plan my meals for the week. I make a shopping list before going to the store. I buy fresh ingredients every few days.
Or, I don't really plan meals, I just cook whatever I have. I shop once a week for everything. I prefer buying organic vegetables.
Rose, do you plan your meals?
Yes, I usually plan for the week. It saves time and money. I write down what I want to cook, then I buy exactly what I need.
I'm more spontaneous. I go to the store, see what looks good, and buy it. Then I figure out what to cook later.
Different approaches, both work fine.
Let's practice talking about making specific dishes. I'll describe how to make scrambled eggs, my specialty.
Go ahead.
First, I crack 2 or 3 eggs into a bowl. I add a little milk, salt, and pepper. Then I whisk everything together. I heat a pan with some butter. When the butter melts, I pour in the eggs. I stir gently until the eggs are soft and fluffy. That's it.
Perfect step-by-step description. Notice Sam used sequence words like first and then to organize the steps.
Your turn, Rose. Describe how to make something.
Okay, I'll explain how to make a simple pasta dish. First, I boil water in a large pot and add salt. When the water is boiling, I add the pasta. I cook it for about 10 minutes until it's al dente. That means slightly firm, not too soft. While the pasta cooks, I heat olive oil in a pan and add minced garlic. When the garlic is fragrant, I add cherry tomatoes and cook until they soften. Then I drain the pasta and add it to the pan with the tomatoes. I toss everything together and add fresh basil and Parmesan cheese. Done!
Wow, that sounds amazing. And your description was so clear. Everyone could follow that.
Thank you. The key is to use simple verbs and explain each step clearly.
Now let's talk about cooking for others. You can say, I'm cooking dinner for my family. I'm making a meal for my friends. I love hosting dinner parties.
Or, I'm preparing a special dish for my partner. I'm baking a cake for my colleague's birthday. I enjoy cooking for other people.
Do you cook for others often, Rose?
Yes, I love cooking for friends. I usually host dinners once or twice a month. It's a way to spend quality time together.
That's lovely. I cook for myself mostly, but sometimes I make breakfast for my roommate.
That's nice too. Even small gestures count.
Now let's talk about learning to cook. You can say, I'm learning to cook by watching videos. I learned to cook from my mother. I took a cooking class. I'm teaching myself through trial and error.
Trial and error means you learn by trying, making mistakes, and trying again. It's a natural way to learn cooking.
How did you learn to cook, Rose?
I learned from my grandmother first. She taught me basic techniques. Then I started experimenting with recipes from cookbooks and online. Now I just combine what I've learned.
I learned mostly from YouTube videos. I watch someone make a dish, then I try to copy it. Sometimes successfully, sometimes not.
That's a great method. Visual learning really helps with cooking.
Now let's talk about dietary preferences and restrictions. You can say, I'm a vegetarian. I don't eat meat. I'm vegan. I'm allergic to nuts. I'm lactose intolerant.
Or, I'm trying to eat healthier. I'm avoiding sugar. I eat gluten-free. I follow a low-carb diet.
These phrases are important when someone cooks for you or when you cook for others. You need to know what people can and cannot eat.
You can ask, do you have any dietary restrictions? Are you allergic to anything? Is there anything you don't eat? And you can offer, I can make a vegetarian version. I'll prepare something without dairy. I can adjust the recipe for you.
Being considerate about food preferences is important in any culture. Let's talk about describing texture. How does food feel in your mouth?
You can say, this bread is soft. The chicken is tender. The vegetables are crunchy. The pasta is chewy.
Or, this steak is tough. The cookies are crispy. The soup is smooth. The rice is fluffy.
Tender means soft and easy to chew, usually for meat. Crunchy means it makes a sound when you bite it, like fresh vegetables or chips.
Chewy means it requires chewing, not soft or hard. Fluffy means light and airy, like well-cooked rice or clouds.
Let's practice combining taste and texture. Sam, describe a food using both.
Okay. Fresh-baked bread is delicious. It's soft and fluffy inside with a crispy crust. It tastes slightly sweet and savory at the same time.
Excellent. Now, I'll try. Roasted vegetables are flavorful and healthy. They're tender, but still a little crunchy. They taste sweet from caramelization and savory from the olive oil and salt.
Beautiful descriptions. Caramelization is when sugars in food turn brown and sweet during cooking.
Now, let's talk about cooking shows and food content. You can say, I watch cooking shows for inspiration. I follow chefs on social media. I read food blogs.
I love learning new recipes online.
Or, my favorite chef is Gordon Ramsay. I enjoy watching baking competitions. I get ideas from cooking videos.
Do you watch cooking content, Sam?
Yes, I watch a lot of quick recipe videos on social media, the 60-second ones that show you how to make something fast and easy.
I watch longer cooking shows. I like seeing the full process and learning techniques, not just the final result.
Different styles for different people, both are valuable.
Let's do some role play practice. I'll ask you questions about cooking, and you answer naturally.
Ready. Sam, what's your favorite thing to cook?
I love making stir fry. It's quick, easy, and you can use whatever vegetables you have. I just chop everything, fry it in a hot pan with some oil and soy sauce, and serve it over rice.
That sounds delicious. Do you cook every day?
Not every day, maybe 3 or 4 times a week. Other days I eat leftovers or order food.
What's the hardest dish you've ever made?
I tried to make homemade pizza once. The dough was really difficult. It didn't rise properly, and the crust was too thick and chewy.
But did you try again?
No, I decided pizza is better left to professionals. I'll stick to simpler dishes.
Fair enough. That was a great conversation. Now let's switch. You ask me.
Okay, Rose, what's your signature dish? The thing you cook best?
Probably my lasagna. I make it from scratch with homemade sauce, fresh pasta sheets, and lots of cheese. It takes about 2 hours, but it's worth it.
Wow, that's impressive. Do you prefer cooking sweet or savory food?
I enjoy both, but I love baking desserts. There's something satisfying about making cakes, cookies, and pastries.
What's one cooking skill you want to learn?
I want to learn how to make sushi. The rice preparation and the rolling technique look challenging, but fascinating.
That would be amazing. Keep us updated if you try it.
I will. See, everyone, that's how natural conversations about cooking sound.
Before we finish, let's do our vocabulary recap. Here are the key phrases from today.
Chop, slice, and dice. Different ways to cut food.
Boil, fry, bake, and grill. Common cooking methods.
Delicious, flavorful, bland. Words to describe taste.
Tender, crunchy, fluffy. Words to describe texture.
These words will help you talk about cooking confidently and naturally.
Now it's your turn. We want to hear from you.
Here's today's question. What's your favorite dish to cook? Or, if you don't cook, what's your favorite food?
Write your answer in the comments. Describe the dish, how you make it, or why you love it. We'll read every comment and reply.
And if you enjoyed this lesson, please subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. It helps us so much.
We post new English lessons every week. Subscribe so you never miss one.
Thank you for learning with us today. We truly appreciate you.
Keep practicing, keep cooking, and keep improving your English.
We'll see you in the next video. Take care, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye.